Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for TAO, Litcoin and AAVE price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. Before we continue, I would like to briefly share an exclusive offer from BYD-Fi. By signing up through my link in the description below, you'll receive an instant VIP3 account providing significantly reduced trading fees. In addition, BYD-Fi is offering generous sign-up bonuses. Deposit $100 and receive a 50 USDT bonus. Deposit $1,000 and receive 200 USDT, or deposit $20,000, you will receive 2,000 USDT bonus. This is a limited time offer, so check my link in the description below to take advantage of it. Gonna dive with Bittensor TAO first. And looking at the all-time history, where we have, of course, an impulse toward the upside wave 1 or wave A finished, meaning direction of the market is upward, despite, of course, the very long sideways corrective wave, meaning, of course, after this correction, we are looking definitely for something to push for higher. Despite this, we're still looking for lower prices here, and we couldn't, of course, unfold something really bullish yet for Bittensor. So what are the possibilities there? What do we have? What chance we still have, of course, to push for higher there? After a potential triangle ABCDE, well, if this wave E is going to take one more low, that also first possibility to push for higher, but we are very close to 0.786, which is already taken before, by the way. So currently, our chance is between the 0.886 and the 0.786. So this is my target for wave E, in case that Bittensor will push toward the upside here after one more low, and then, of course, continuation for higher prices. This is the first possibility. The second possibility, of course, is the 1-2 here after an A, B, and a C running flat, I would say. Even regular flat, truncated, because we didn't took the high. It's a regular flat, truncated without taking the low even. And looking at an impulse as a potential wave 1-2 here. Your wave 2 is a WX and a Y. And this potential wave Y still as zigzag unfolding wave C might be a short wave C and then pushing for higher. However, the 886 lowers so much the possibility for a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 here. So we gotta be careful with it. Now, final possibility, what if we break the triangle, we take this low, and we break also the 886 and we push down? This possibility is still, of course, corrective, where you might be in a 3 ways for a W, 3 ways for an X, and we might be here in a wave Y as a zigzag again before we push toward the upside. Meaning, of course, this is a longer correction for TAO here. In case it is bearish, this is what it might happen. We might get, of course, additional zigzag over there, and it might be the A, B, and a C already starting unfolding over there. Meaning, TAO, if it's gonna dive in an impulse, well, this might be the last impulse for wave Y in a zigzag to push for higher. So these are the possibility right now. We're gonna watch, of course, this area. If broken, definitely then we are looking for the 1-to-1 here. I'm gonna add it as a potential scenario. So 1-to-1 fib level for a wave Y. Here we go, around the $110. And this might be, of course, the finish of this corrective wave and then pushing finally toward the upside. Now let's move, of course, on the 2 hours and 1 hour chart. On the 1 hour chart, we can see also that this impulse is still there unfolding for TAO. And despite that, here we got an impulse, but don't forget that you have an A, B, and a C. Your wave C is a double 1-2, wave 3, 4, and a 5, 4, and a 5 finishing here as an ending diagonal. And in case we are in 1-2, well, where is the final 4-5? That's why it is an ABC over there. Very, very extended wave C, of course, and we are looking currently at an impulse toward the downside. This impulse, of course, is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Can be, of course, a finished impulse there. And we might be, of course, in the ABC. So we gotta be careful. ABC for the wave Y in a deep correction. Yeah, so in case we are going deeper for Bittensor, so this might be the scenario. And of course, if we are potentially in 1-2 and another 1-2, which I doubt it so much, guys, of course, kind of impossible. Therefore, yeah, we gotta be careful. It might be taking the one more high, one more low here for the wave E in the triangle only. Yeah, so and then pushing for higher for the triangle that we saw in the daily. Okay, in this area. All right, so in this area, this is our last chance to push for higher before breaking the 886 and then pushing in a much more bear market for Bittensor. So to be watched, of course, those are the possibilities and the key levels to watch for TAO. Now for Litcoin also we are looking here for the following scenario, which is of course a triangle on the all-time history. After a three waves upward, wave A, we have a triangle A, B, C, D, E, which is of course your wave B or your wave 2. Of course, cannot be wave 2 because it's not allowed to be a triangle. Therefore, very far possibility for a wave 2 here. A much higher possibility, of course, it is a wave B. Now, the wave 2 anyway was for something here as a 1-2. Even for this one, I'm gonna remove it, guys, because it's almost impossible. Yeah. So the wave B is there. We're looking for a wave C. Then after an A, B, C, D, E, it's supposed to be finished. But yeah, we're still looking for something potentially deeper. In case this goes deeper, well, we have to go into a W, X, and a wave Y. Yeah, so there is no other option here rather than this wave Y might be, of course, even something deeper. Yeah, so this is the only possibility. Unless, of course, this will stay in the range of the triangle. And that means on the lower time frame, we want to finish an ABC there, meaning an A, B, and a C, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, meaning one more low for a wave C, because the wave Y, by the way, it should be finished right now with this impulse. Wave Y is only a zigzag. It should be finished there at 1-to-1 fib level. But of course, if we are going to go deeper and longer in time here, in a bear market, it might be a diagonal in an ABC. And that means, of course, this will bring much more lower prices because, of course, a wave A there that you take it from here, it might take even, yeah, a little bit lower and longer time. Okay, so this is a difference. So obviously that we're going to dive a little bit deeper, 54. Potentially we're going to take, of course, the wick in case of a zigzag wave Y. And in case that we don't take the wave Y, and this is going to transform to kind of ending diagonal for a wave C somehow there. It can be, of course, wave 4 and a wave 5 still to unfold over there. Don't forget, wave 3 can be more aggressive than this, can be more open than this. All right, so it can be something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Yeah, and then pushing for higher for Litcoin. Yeah, so the things are still, of course, looking red. We're still looking for lower. Nothing yet is set to push higher, but on the macro level, it might be very, very close, guys. We'll see. So we're gonna have to wait. We're gonna be patient a little bit. For AAVE, on the all-time history, we are looking also at this impulse toward the upside. So this impulse as a wave 1 or a wave A finished. We have a very long sideways correction here unfolding. Two possibilities, even three. Can be an A, B, C, D, and an E. There, triangle, and looking for a wave C after it in an A, B, C zigzag. Or it can be, of course, the W, X, and a wave Y. The wave Y is here, also three waves down, three waves up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Meaning a deeper correction, of course, to unfold there for this wave Y. I'm going to put this in bracket, by the way. So this wave Y might be something like this. A, B, and a C in a diagonal, or even internally can be also a W, X, and a Y for a zigzag there. We're going to see it, of course, internally. Now, in case that you don't want to pass this, well, it can be, of course, a possibility for wave D there, still unfolding somehow like this after finishing this move there, pushing for wave D and then wave E and then pushing higher. Okay, so there is a possibility one more low here and then pushing higher, meaning zigzag there. A, B, C for wave D and then ABC for wave E, and then of course pushing higher. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, guys. So basically on the 2 hours chart here, on the 2 hour chart, we are looking at this wave Y. Well, if you are really in a, let's go for our, in case we are really in a W, X, and a wave Y, I would say wave Y should have been finished. Therefore, it is very likely it is a wave C, and that's why I'm mentioning this scenario. Be careful, because this can be a diagonal here, and that means, of course, yeah, it can be a finished structure, A, B, and a C, and we push for higher. So for AAVE, very interesting. So targets, I would say, to be watched here for wave 5 in this diagonal can be the following targets at 137. Yeah, $137, $132 as well, can be very likely to finish a wave C in diagonal and pushing for higher, as we saw on the macro level. Yeah, so this scenario there, we might have finished an A, B, and a C here. Can be, of course, even finished wave C there, or W, X, and a Y. Yeah, finished there, and then pushing for higher as well. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. Even a zigzag here can be very likely, and then pushing again for higher. Something going on here for AAVE. We have to watch this diagonal, and of course we might see something pushing for higher later on. Yep, so these are the updates for TAO, for AAVE, and Litcoin. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye bye.